What's up? What's up? What is up? And welcome to the Dr. Ali Griffith Show, Mindset, Meditation, and Motivation. Well, guess what? You're in for another treat today. I have another amazing being. I want to introduce you to Dr. April Jones. She is the author of No Mess, No Message. Now, you know we're going to get into that, right? She's also the co-founder of the Drifted Drum Company and the medical director with Pfizer Oncology. So this is Dr. April Jones. Would you prefer us to call you Dr. April or Dr. Jones? Which one do you like to go by? And welcome.
Thank you. You can totally call me April. This is a casual show, so I hear. And, some of my friends call me Sunshine, so take your pick.
Hey, Sunshine. So if you are out there someplace, because most likely you're going to be listening to this in a place or at a time when it's winter, or you might be lucky to be listening to it during the summer, we got some sunshine in here. And you get a chance, definitely jump over to the YouTube channel, because then you'll get to actually see the sunshine that I get to see in front of me. I mean, a radiant smile, you could already just feel the glow. So tell me, Dr. April, No Mess, No Message. Where did that come from? Why would I want to read or listen to No Mess, No Message?
Well, No Mess, No Message actually wasn't the original title for my book. When I kind of envisioned writing this, I wanted to talk about, a lot of the hard things that me and my family have went through. My oldest son, in a nutshell, is a cancer survivor / thriver, I like to say. He just turned 18, but when he was 2, in my second year of the doctorate program, he was diagnosed with cancer. So I wanted to just encourage others out there that are dealing with big adversity and they feel a bit overwhelmed, that they can't move forward. I wanted to show them the things that I've learned through kind of slaying adversity. So my original title was actually going to be With a Grateful Heart, because I felt like so much of it has boiled down to perspective and being grateful for this opportunity that we have to live. But when I was working with book launchers, and when the editor and creative coach asked me, if you could sum up your whole book in one sentence, what would it be? And I just said, dude, no mess, no message. And it stuck.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
a lot of us relate to that, right? First of all, you are amazing. As an amazing mom, you guys know that I am still thriving, raising Zachary, who was diagnosed with autism before the age of 3. And to now use the mess, like literally it was mess. And sometimes we still have lots of messes. And to construct that into a message, to now come out here and help the world, help listeners, help readers to learn more about going through this journey of having a child that is, given something that you think may mean that he may or may not be here, whenever. What was it that got you through those moments, like the most challenging moments of the mess? When did you learn to be grateful? Because I knew at the beginning it did not start that way, because I can relate. But let us know your journey.
Yeah.
About how did you get there?
I definitely can say that I didn't start in a grateful place. I definitely started in, as many of us do, in desperation. And I believe it was, the turning point for me was recognizing that I didn't have control completely over the situation. And I think, especially as, if you're a young woman who is driven and who is really working on growing herself and being accomplished and doing good for the world, you have a certain mentality about you. You have a certain image or idea of what you should look like. And so just acknowledging that it was messy and I couldn't necessarily control the outcome. All I could control was my actions and my perspective. But I think that's when I really found relationship with God as well, and said, you know what, I have to trust that regardless of how this goes or what happens, I'm going to do the best that I can, and I'm going to trust God to get me the rest of the way. And I think that was really my turning point, and has been the foundation that I've built upon. And I think everything else I've learned that's made me stronger and more resilient through this journey really was built on top of that.
Wow. I mean, she just hit us with so many nuggets. Guys, whenever I look down, it's me writing the notes down because I want to make sure that I'm learning also in this process and that you're getting the key things, going first from a grateful heart, then moving towards no mess. If you cannot go through a mess, if we cannot just accept that we do not live in a clean world, think everything is not perfectly clean.
No.
Our life is not perfectly clean. Within this whole thought concept that we think it's going to be clean, just realize that guess what? No, there's mess. Yet through the
life
mess,
is messy.
life is messy, right? And we can find a message through it, and we can help others who are in the process of the mess when we're over that huge moment, maybe just going through another moment, but over one moment where we can come back and help you. So some of the things that she mentioned was release the need for control. I know we all need to hear that today. And somebody's going to be sitting there sending me a message or sending us a message letting us know I needed to hear that right now. The next thing she said, I had to learn to control. If I was going to be able to control something, right? The only thing I can really control are my actions and my perspectives, right? So we always end with be amazing in your thoughts, words, and actions, because those are the only things that you have full control of. And the last thing that she landed on, and for those out there who believe, even if you don't believe and you believe in another higher power, she had to learn to trust in God. Trust in something else outside of her. So as you're going through something right now, take this and let it resonate with you. So let me ask you another question. What is your goal for this book that they're going to pick up right now? What is that goal for that listener to walk away from? If they were to read the book, what's that one thing you want them to feel that they walked away with?
I think I packed so much in. I had a friend that said, you should totally just save some of your wisdom and do a sequel. And I said, no, it's about each one. If I can pour myself out in a way that they can walk away and be encouraged, I think that is my goal. It's that each person that needs this message of encouragement, I want them to walk away with hope. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that I think that we have a lot of times when we're dealing with our own mess, a lot of times we hide those feelings and we hide that we're not okay. And I want people to change that mindset from, if I share this, if I'm authentic, it's going to make others that love me uncomfortable. And the truth of it is that a lot of times it's that crisis that actually gives us credibility, and it allows us to be human and allow us to connect.
Yes, that's it right there. The crisis, going through the crisis is what gives us the humanity, right? The true, authentic humanity of who you are and what it takes to be a true human. Like when people ask me things before, the whole Dr. Ali and my books and coaching and my business, I was always concerned on telling them what's not going right. Like this is not going right and that's not going right. And then there were times before I even got to there, I used to have this really fake face where everything's great. Everything's wonderful. Yes, so great. Yes, I am, all is well. And no, all is not well. And then I close the door and I'm crying. I'm like, oh God, what's going on here? My child is spinning in circles. My whole relationship of my life with my husband at that time was not going the way I dreamed as a child it was supposed to go. And who am I to turn to? So I love that you said that out of anything, when you get this book, because I'm not saying if, when, because if you're listening, that means you're supposed to get it. That means there's something in here for you. That means that you don't necessarily have to have a child that is diagnosed with cancer. It can be something else, or it could just be learning or listening about a parent that went through that journey. And what is it that I need to learn from that, even though I'm not quite there? Either way, it's still a crisis. Either way, it's something that we all have to face. It just shows up in different ways. And she wants you to walk away encouraged, having faith, having hope, shifting your mindset. Boom, that's the word right there. where it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to show your authentic personality, and it's okay to show your mess. All right. Do you have any type of meditation type or stillness type or something that you used during these processes, maybe through the mess, that helps you to get through? What can my listeners and viewers learn from you about your meditation practice?
I would say there's two things in particular. One is I still try to speak life. When I do try to put forth positivity, I think that there's a difference in like glossing over, hiding how we feel, and dwelling in our pain. So I think that when I'm feeling uncomfortable, I kind of equate this to, my first profession was pharmacy, and you have to acknowledge the pain in order to treat it. And so I think it is important. Yes, I think it is important to acknowledge the hurt, but don't dwell in it. We have to speak life and move forward from it and believe that it's a phase. We're going to get past it. That's an important part of the process. And then the other thing is that for me, my meditation is definitely also has to do with that positive environment. Having praise and worship music that I can go to has been definitely like my lifeline when I'm feeling overwhelmed. And
Okay, wait. What is that song that you would listen to? Tell them. What's that praise and worship song that will just get you out of it immediately? We all got one.
So I have two favorites right now, although I've been exploring a little more past just those, top 40 Christian hits. And there's nothing wrong with those for sure, but I'm finding so much spirituality past that as well. So like I'm newly listening to Rick Pino worship music. He is just amazing. I went to a worship workshop of his here in Nashville. It was phenomenal. Jason Upton, there's a very uniqueness about his music. But I would say my favorite song is, man, Lauren Daigle. She is blessed by God. She can belt You Say like nobody's business. And I think that really puts me in a good headspace. And there's a cover to Ever Be by Jess and Gabriel, and it is beautiful. And you can just like totally feel the spirit when they sing. It's phenomenal.
I love it. So here we go. We have another one of our guests that's sharing her meditational practices is praise and worship. Like that's what helps her to shift. That's what helps her to get out of that funk, that zone. I spoke to you many times about I just have my songs, the things my go-to immediately that will just shift me from a place of feeling like not another day of this to, okay, I can get through this. And I loved how she also mentioned that she also has certain mantras and things that helps her to get through, and nailing it with her past, with being a pharmacist, because I always think we go through our past, we go through these things in our lives to turn us into who we are, not only because we want to learn something like only academics or the science of it, but we also want to learn the art, the humanity, the message behind it, the compassion within why, God, universe, source took us through these paths. And as a pharmacist, she said, and I got to go back to my notes, acknowledge the pain before you treat it. And if that didn't land on you, it landed on me. I needed to hear that today. Don't just go into everything's okay. A lot of us go into directly with the mantras and the positive thinking, which is great. But remember to acknowledge it. And acknowledge what the original pain was, or acknowledge what the original mess was. Don't sit in it. Don't live in it. Don't take, full camp out in there. Acknowledge it and then start moving towards treating it, which is then using those positive affirmations and the uplifting things that can help you.
Absolutely.
All right. So leave us with a parting note, a parting message, something that you just feel like you were sent here to leave with us today. What's that thing that's coming in your head right now that says that this, if out of anything, I want them to know this? What's this?
If they woke up today, they have an opportunity to change their world. And we each are gifted with unique talents. It doesn't matter where you were born or who your parents are, or, it doesn't matter how much you have. God has instilled in you special abilities and talents. And it's really our job to wake up and know that we have the power to uncover them and to use them in a way that helps us and helps others. And that has really been, I think, the most enlightening thing to me through this journey is that we're all the same in that. We all have a special purpose that we're here for, and it's our job to figure out what that is and just use it to lift others up.
Oh man, I love it when I get guests that are in a full alignment with our show and full alignment with me. I mean, I know you guys know exactly what she said. I have said in so many different ways, but yet it sounds so beautiful with her Nashville accent. So, knowing have knowing that every day we wake up, that if we can get clearer on the gifts, great. When we get clearer on it, now what are we going to do about it? Like, what's the action with those gifts? A lot of us are sitting on some gifts, looking at it like, oh, it's cute, it's right there, it's over there, like that's all nice, and then what? So I know it had to take a bold move for you to go from pharmacist to author, as it did for me to go from audiologist, speech pathologist to wait, author. I don't have a message to share with anyone, to now being out in a platform where you're just sharing your life experiences and helping people to shift their worlds. How amazing that is, living in your own divine power and living in your gift. So we appreciate that about you.
Thank
Dr.
you.
April, just leave us quickly. How can we follow you? How can we learn more about you? I'm going to type it in below in the show notes, but for those that are listening, let them know how they can follow you or find you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Professionally, I'm on LinkedIn and on Instagram. That's where you're going to see lots of my nice little nuggets, my daily encouragers and inspirational pictures and posts. I am at Live Beautiful _ Dr. Mom. So that's me on Instagram.
Love it. Love it. All right, so we got to make sure we're following each other. So by the time we're sharing this, we can cross connect and do all that great stuff. Guys,
Absolutely. And one thing, my business is at www.thedrifteddrum.com. It's co-founded with my son, Tyler Jones. He is 18, cancer survivor, international adaptive athlete. He has done so much. I'm so proud of him. And he designed his own apparel line to help bring peace and encourage to others. He's really about, just what I said, using your gifts, being at peace with who you are, and moving forward in an empowered way. So
love it, guys. Definitely follow her, definitely support her son, another proud mama out there. You know how we do. It's always an honor to serve you. It's always a privilege to come in and just share certain things with our community on how you can get better each day. I feel every time I come in with the show, I never know why am I still doing this show until I do it and I get confirmation of why I am still doing this show. It's for that one person out there that needs to hear the message. It's for that one listener that just needs to hear that to move on towards serving in their best selves. Continue to listen, continue to follow. Make sure you share this out with someone else. Make sure we get into a bigger platform because this message needs to be heard. All of these messages need to be heard. And no matter what, no matter what, I want you to continue to be amazing in your thoughts, in your words, and in your actions. Peace. Thank you for joining us today.